On today's video, I wanted to talk to y'all about your family sabotaging you and setting you up for failure.
Someone starts drastically supplementing zinc and becoming overly analytical.
I noticed every time, right, that I ever said that I had a goal or a dream, it was constantly shot down. And I was constantly, doubt was placed in me.
Yeah, and these are the enforcers of the matrix. They keep you where they want you to be. If you're trying to do something different, they say, no, you can't do that because they, for various reasons. I've
noticed the biggest one is they lack imagination. And thanks for joining us for another edition of NutriRebel Red Pill Edition, where we try to reach neglected demographics, and there are many of them out there. Anyway, today we're going to be speaking about the concept of black sheep or sabotaging family members, and it happens quite often. I've experienced it. Where is it here?
On today's video, I wanted to talk to y'all about your family sabotaging you and setting you up for failure.
Let's say two people get together, and this is how, personality can cause relationship divide or togetherness, right? Get together, chemistry is one way, and then someone starts drastically supplementing zinc and becoming overly analytical.
Which we've seen a lot.
Yeah, that happens quite often. And they start acting strange and all kinds of things.
And guess what? We saw a lot of divorces. There's never higher.
Here in Australia, if you get your B12 checked, the reference range generally is around 160 to 620, 630.
Yeah.
So 400 to 160, that is severe deficiency. That is a clear clinical deficiency that you can get brain damage from.
And that's the operating levels of the majority.
That's it.
Yep, and this is just B12 testing blood serum, and I keep bringing this video up. This is a really interesting video, really interesting snippet from Dr. Chaffee in Australia. It helps explain people's behaviors, right?
Okay, more so like my immediate family. And I'm pretty sure it's the same thing for y'all, but basically,
I noticed every time, right, that I ever said that I had a goal or a dream, it was constantly shot down. And I was constantly, doubt was placed in me.
Yeah, and these are the enforcers of the matrix. They keep you where they want you to be. If you're trying to do something different, they say, no, you can't do that because they, for various reasons, I've noticed the biggest one is they lack imagination. And you're trying to explain things, what you're trying to do, and they just can't imagine it in such a short amount of time. I've noticed it with especially with females in my family. Oh my God. Nitpicking, nagging, everything. I mean, wonder why. Here we go.
Yeah.
We're seeing about 90% of people being low in magnesium or low in magnesium and B6.
Magnesium and B6. Yeah, B6 is part of the B complex series of vitamins. Magnesium quickly depletes from your body. If you have twitching muscles, all these types of things, heart control, yes, including your heart. What do you think it does to the rest of your body?
Why do you think people are acting like this?
The way sabotaging starts, first is in your mind. They make you doubt yourself. Then secondly, they actually set up traps for you to fail.
Let's say someone has very high.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. They set up traps for you to fail.
High iron levels is linked to anger, actually. So is lead. Lead is angry. Mercury is madness. Do not tell your family that you are trying to move out of the house, especially if you're like 18 and above, because they want to keep you there forever. I talked about that in my infantilization video. But basically, all of a sudden now, they want to start charging you rent.
Yep.
Too much copper can cause someone to be overly creative and has a really feminine quality. And
Yeah, they want to charge you rent, and then wonder why. Too much copper can cause people to change their mind quickly, like she's describing.
Overtly though, and what that looks like would be whether male or female, starting projects, mini projects, not finishing. Family does that.
Yep.
It's like they want to see you fail so bad because they want to be able to have something to say about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just change with the wind, right? I've noticed that as well. The family members will say one thing, then they'll change, and then they'll say they have health problems when they really don't. They're just pulling something out of the hat, so they can't be accountable for anything that they're doing and saying. That's what it is. I noticed that with females especially. That's always their last resort. Yeah.
They want to be able to drag you through the mud when they talking to their friends or whatever, right? You're not going crazy. Your family is sabotaging you.
Yeah.
They'll make things purposely hard for you. They'll make it hard for you to get a car. They'll make it hard for you to go to college.
Yeah, I've noticed that they're so miserable that they will mock you, and they'll say you're good for nothing. Then 5 minutes later they say, oh, they're supporting you. It's kind of like a harvest of sorrow, like a har like a they're harvesting energy from you. They say a negative thing and then they say a positive thing 5 minutes later. Oh my God. This is why so many people are staying single. There's so many sick people out there.
They'll
Talk
talk.
about your weight as a child, but then stay feeding you bullshit. They'll stay feeding you junk food, fast food, fried foods. Like, what? And it's not funny, but when you start putting together, like, connecting the dots, you're like,
Yep. And food has a major is a major component in all of our lives. What goes into our mouth and how we react and how we perceive things.
Shit. They've been setting me up my whole life.
Yeah.
Potassium, 99%
potassium.
of us are deficient
Yep.
in it because you need almost 5 grams of potassium a day.
Yeah.
How do you get that? Sodium, probably 60% of people are low in sodium if they're eating a good diet. Another is
So, if you've started wondering if your family was setting you up for failure and they're trying to sabotage you for whatever it is that you're trying to do, if you're trying to move out, you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to go to school, you're trying to stay out of trouble, okay? Because I know a lot of black sheep got records sometimes, okay? You know what I mean? I ain't judging, but you know.
Yeah.
Exactly how that shit is, okay? So, if you have to question, are they
Yeah.
sabotaging me? I'm here to tell you, yes, they are.
Therefore, this is the point of this video. You have to look into these aspects, why people are acting the way they're acting, especially why family are sabotaging you. And it's not always a trivial matter that they're just being children. No, they're just not well. Most people are not well on this planet. Like as you saw at the beginning of the video with the reference ranges in the blood serum, even though reference ranges vary a lot, but like you said, lots of people, like that doctor said, lots of people have brain damage and they're walking around with brain damage. So anyway, this is the point of this video. I hope you found it useful. If you like what I'm doing here, please subscribe. Like and subscribe.